Shalom, praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Harakakadash. The one is the elder apostles, great millstone that rule well. And Shalom to the brothers and wax certain truth. Yeah, it goes on the Guardian about NHS England being cut, which is being presented as, a benefit, like it's gonna be an improvement to the NHS in some way. But the reality of it is this that chopping away at aspects other than war, and it was kind of evident from when what happened. Trump and Zelensky had the spat, so called, and then what was it, like 2 days, 3 days later, he ran. He came over to Europe. Then billions are getting promised from the UK. Billions being promised from different European nations, and they're basically saying, they're strengthening ties, saying, "Oh, we're Europeans, blah blah blah," with Ukraine, and then, Trump's meant to be turning the tap off, but then obviously it's like money's flooding into them. Meanwhile, the NHS, which is Labour, the fucking the super Labour, the left wing of the ego over here, is meant to be back in those social services and whatnot, kind of looking after the little guy. That's been kind of like the bedrock of a lot of them, about labourers and that. But what are we seeing? We're seeing the inverse coming to pass. Because what does it say? Wes Streeting's high-stakes abolition of NHS England will cut 10,000 jobs. Wes Streeting has ordered a high-stakes reorganisation of the NHS that will scrap 10,000 jobs in an attempt to free up the cash for frontline care. Experts warn that the move to abolish NHS England and fold it into the Department of Health and Social Care could distract ministers from the urgent job of ending long waits for treatment, while trade unions express concern about shambolic announcement of job cuts for public servants. And yeah, those are some of the, the most cushy jobs, the nicest jobs. But then, what was it saying? However, the health secretary said the move to abolish the world's largest quango would put ministers back in charge of the health service while saving hundreds of millions of pounds that could be better spent on doctors, nurses, and improving frontline care. Which, they're saying at this point, weeks, months down the line, that, you're just going to find out. Don't know what happened. Was it say, I tell people now who resist this reform out of love for the NHS, do not kill it with kindness, Streeting said. The decision to scrap NHS England, announced by the Prime Minister on Thursday, is a dramatic reversal of the unpopular NHS changes brought in by the Conservative Lib Dem coalition government more than a decade ago. One former minister, James Bethel, said he wished the Conservatives had the guts to do this, while Jeremy Hunt, the former health secretary, praised the boldness of the proposals. And he's praising it, but he could have done the same shit. But then, that's what was it say? Unveiling the plans, Keir Starmer said the move would cut bureaucracy and bring management of the health service back into Democratic control, while Streeting said it was the final nail in the coffin of the disastrous 2012 reorganisation, which led to the longest waiting times, lowest patient satisfaction, and most expensive NHS in history. So yeah, they're saying those things are going to reverse. I'm already thoroughly doubtful, because that's just not the direction things are going. Right now, it's, the midst of war. All these different European nations are gearing up their militaries, on a scale that's not been seen for a while. They were previously under the umbrella of NATO, and they're still under the umbrella of NATO. But it's kind of put in mind that there's a lack of surety with NATO, so they need to develop it themselves. But then why? It's because like it says in Ecclesiastes 3, a time for peace and a time for war. Now's it's been that time for war, and it's kind of spreading where it's affected by it. Because I read this 2nd Ezra 16 and 21. It says, "Behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon earth, that they shall think to be themselves to be in good case. And even then shall evils grow up on the earth, sword, famine, and great confusion." Yeah, they'll think themselves to be in good case, but then what evils will grow up on the earth? Sword, famine, and great confusion. So yeah, a big aspect of it is bloody hell. Big aspect of it is, people wanting to be in that situation of being in good case. That's something that's being chased, and as soon as a means of presenting that exists, people will cling to it. And the ultimate kind of way the ultimate kind of way people are gonna cling to it is with that RFID implantable micro C-hip. That's gonna be the key thing people are gonna clamor for. But you're gonna have little lulls where it seems like, oh, you can kind of do what you need to do. It's like during the pandemic, the lockdown, that had that impact where people were like, oh shit, it's fucked. And then what do you call it? After it opened back up, then people are like, okay, now we can be at ease now. So the hell is it? We can be at ease now. And then, further tribulations come. And, it's basically used to catch people off guard. And that's really how people are going to get caught out here, man. Off guard. They're going to think, oh, everything's good, everything's bliss up. But then it's going to become clear. It's they're actually been cursed. And even then shall evils grow up on the earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. For many of them that dwell upon earth shall perish of famine, and the other that escape the hunger shall destroy, shall the sword destroy. Yeah. So famine and the sword, there's numerous ways people are going to be getting wiped the fuck out, man. And why? Revelation 12 and 12 says, "Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. But the devils come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that ye have but a short time." Yeah, these things are being done at accelerated rate. Why? Because now we're on the cusp of this place being taken the fuck out. We're basically on the layer where it's all gonna get thrown into the bin. And then, because people are so invested, so love this place, they're going to cling to whatever solutions provided. And that, that last solution is going to be that implantable C-hip, man. That's going to be what people are looking to, like, no, we need this. And they're, going to be willing to take any kind of resistance. Anything they need to chop and change to partake in it, they'll do. Because why? They just want the party to keep going on. But the reality is anyone kind of paying attention should be able to see there's no way by which the party can be extended eternally. The party began because of what? It's amassing of resources and wealth, and the Lord basically being with building this place up. Because just like Egypt, we had Joseph go in there and then give Pharaoh the means by which to to build himself up, to get the land, to have stored grain in advance, to then make merchandise of people where they sold, gave up all their wealth, then gave up their land. It's the same kind of thing with America, man. It was given those means, as Ezekiel 28 says, he's given that wisdom, and by that wisdom, he got all kinds of money, man. Got goodly, pleasant things, but it's basically at its tail end, man. It's withering to death, because it's all about this, Joel 3:9, proclaiming this among the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty men, let the men of war draw near, let them come up. Yeah, prepare war. That's the mindset. That's the times that we're in the midst of, a preparation for war, conflict. Because hey, the way people have been thinking about these things, it's like, it's not gonna, go to World War III. But then, Zelensky did have the app tape when it was in the Oval Office, when they were having a, so-called spat. He said, you're gonna feel it, right now, you're talking about this because they're over there. But then what, you're gonna feel it when, Russia, moves out, when their ambitions get shown. Because why? That's exactly what you're gonna have. You're gonna have that conflict where, Russia pushes out, and then that untouched virgin land of America, gets touched, get laced. It says, beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. Assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen round about, and gather yourselves. All ye heathen, gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord Yahweh. So yeah, beat your plowshares into swords. That whole, agricultural, not even sector, industry, getting shifted and geared towards war. The hell was that? Oh, I'll take this off. Wow. This is what, let the heathen be awakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat. For there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. And that's what it's, building and boiling towards. That's why, war is essentially the focal point. That's the focus. That's where these economies are going. And it's been, there was that period of time when NATO was kind of carrying the bulk of it. But, just with the shift from Trump getting in, then, what we had? Everyone gearing towards war far more. And then, things like the NHS, funding towards those things is going to go in the bin. People's dreams of the government being like, oh, I'm going to support, going to build up, you're going to be able to, get your little career, get your houses going to be getting built, maintain yourself in a certain sense. Those dreams are going to, wither and die. But yeah, I'll leave it there. Shalom.